Good evening and welcome to GNBS Highlights, your monthly update from the Guyana National Bureau of Standards. The GNBS serves two key roles: protecting consumers and supporting business development. In this month's program, you will learn about our activities which help to educate consumers on their rights, improve our effectiveness and efficiency, and our work in promoting and implementing standards. Thank you for joining us as we continue building confidence in quality across Guyana. First up, the GNBS joined other consumer bodies to observe World Consumer Rights Day under the theme Safe Products, Confident Consumers. The theme selected by Consumer International highlights the importance of ensuring that products placed on the market meet established safety and quality standards so that consumers can shop confidently. Among activities hosted to observe World Consumer Rights Day was a pop-up expo at Breeden Hoop Stelling in Region 3.
We feel that it's important that consumers understand what they need to do before they make that big purchase, all the things that they should look into before they buy that big ticket item. Understanding that once you have the best information the first time, then you will be a safe consumer and a confident consumer. Now we're out here because we realize that we do not visit all of the regions as often as we should, and we wanted to give the Breeden Hoop persons and their surrounding areas an opportunity to come and learn from all the agencies that are out here about your consumer protection. And we feel that it's important for consumers to understand that one, your receipt is your only proof of purchase, and two, you have rights as a consumer. Well, we want consumers to understand that we do not expect you to just be purchasing items in this marketplace without any sort of fail-safe. So there are agencies like the CCAC, like the GNBS, the Department of Consumer Affairs. We care about you as a consumer, and we want you to have as much information as possible so that when you're buying an item, you're buying that item with confidence.
At this expo, we want to take the opportunity to let persons know, they have rights under the Consumer Affairs Act number 13 of 2011. So we're just excited once more to utilize this opportunity to share information so that consumers can be assertive. So when they go out to make purchases, they can make it from an informed standpoint. So today, the very key thing that we want consumers to know is that there's a law that protects you. Oftentimes, so many consumers are ignorant of the law, and so the Consumer Affairs Act number 13 of 2011 clearly outlines the protection that is afforded to consumers in Guyana. Things like the ability to return items, they can return it if it's defective, if it's faulty. The law outlines that they should receive an explicit warranty. There's so much more. So we want consumers to know you have rights, and so if consumers know that they have rights, then they can go into a store very confident because they can be very assertive.
Other activities hosted in observance of World Consumer Rights Day 2026 include a panel discussion on the National Communications Network, 2 radio programs, and a jingle and song competition spearheaded by the Competition and Consumer Affairs Commission. The GNBS, Department of Consumer Affairs, and the Competition and Consumer Affairs Commission will continue to host expos and other events throughout 2026 to educate consumers on their rights and responsibilities while emphasizing the need for safe products on the local market. Next up, during the month, inspectors within the Legal Metrology Department, who are responsible for enforcing the 1981 Weights and Measures Act, completed a training on the verification of sound level meters. Inspectors in the department completed the training with an expert from the Institute of Quality based in Peru.
My name is Giancarlo Guevara. I'm from Peru. I work in the institute in Acal. It's an accredited institute and has been providing sound level meter calibration service for 15 years. We have a proven experience. For the GNBS Institute, it's important to offer sound level meter verification service because these devices are used for the environmental noise monitoring.
We have 13 inspectors that are part of this training, and it's primarily to build capacity to commence the verification of this new instrument. This is basically what it looks like. It's an instrument that is actually used to check the sound level in order for regulatory purposes, to monitor like noise nuisance and so, and also for occupational safety and health purposes as well. For example, like the noise in factories and construction sites and so forth. So it is very important to have these instruments verified to ensure that they are accurate whenever they are used, be it in the regulatory capacity or within the confines of factories or construction sites for occupational safety and health purposes. The importance behind doing that is to ensure the safety of workers, because according to international requirements, the workers should not be exposed to more than 85 decibels of sound within any working environment. In addition to that, the Environmental Protection Agency regulation requires a specific limit. So it's 75 decibels during the day and 60 decibels during the night. So if persons exceed these limits, they could be prosecuted. So it is very important that these instruments are verified by the Bureau to ensure that they're working accurately, primarily if the results from these instruments are going to be used in court to prosecute defaulters.
The Legal Metrology Department verifies all measuring instruments used in trade, health, and law enforcement. More after this break. Thank you for staying with us. As the GNBS works to improve its services offered to the public, we also work to train young ambassadors to help in the creation of a culture of quality. In March, the Corporate Communications Department rolled out its Standards in Academia quiz competition. The program, launched in 2017, aims to educate pupils at the primary level about standardization and metrology, which are two of the crucial aspects of our daily lives. In March, the team traveled to 16 schools selected to participate in the regional competitions in Regions 2, 4, 6, and 10 to distribute the Standards in Academia booklet. The booklet will be used to formulate questions for the pupils for the competition, which commences in April and concludes in May. The regional winners will take part in the national competition at the end of May 2026, which will determine the overall winners of the top prizes and trophies. Beyond the formal quiz competition, the GNBS also conducts school lectures at secondary schools across the country and entertains students on tours of its facilities and laboratories. School lectures were completed at the Skeldon Line Path and J.C. Chandy Singh Secondary Schools in Region 6, Aurora Secondary and Charity Secondary in Region 2, and Diamond Secondary Schools on the east bank of Demerara in March. More than 200 students and teachers benefited from these lectures. Meanwhile, on March 2nd, the GNBS participated in the St. Rose's High School Career Day Fair, and aside from GNBS services, students were enlightened on careers they can pursue in standardization. Additionally, the GNBS team facilitated tours of its laboratories from pupils and students of the Gibson Primary School of Maica and the Christianborg Wismer Secondary School from Linden. The GNBS is always delighted to educate students who are the future leaders, business owners, and employees of our country on its services, career opportunities, and the importance of standards and quality. More after this break. Welcome back. Now we move on to certification. GNBS offers certification under 5 programs in accordance with national standards and established requirements to improve the quality of products and services. These certification programs are laboratory certification for medical and testing labs, product certification for gold, concrete hollow blocks, PVC pipes and bathtubs and shower units, bed and breakfast facilities, made in Guyana products, and our GNBS 901 Quality Management System certification, and this is for micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. In March, Empire Medical Center Laboratory and Synergy Weight Loss achieved initial certification under the laboratory and the GYS 901 certifications respectively. Meanwhile, several companies were successfully recertified, including Dr. Kewal Dilip Medical Center for laboratory certification, B&R Products, Brass Aluminum and Cast Iron Foundry Limited for Made in Guyana certification, and Ramdiol & Sons Jewelry for product certification. Congratulations to these companies for upholding standards and quality in Guyana. Next up is training. Here at the GNBS, our qualified trainers in the Business Development Department offers training on national and international standards. On March 6th, our trainers facilitated a course on laboratory safety management standard to promote better efficiency within testing and medical labs. Participants were educated on identifying safe practices within the work environment through risk assessment, developing safety policies, and providing guidance for conducting safety audits to ensure conformance to the standard and applicable legal requirements. On March 10th, trainings were completed on quality management system principles and identification of non-conformity and corrective action processes. These are both related to the ISO 9001 QMS standard. On March 17th and 18th, training on the National Laboratory Standard GYS 170 was provided for quality managers and laboratory technicians of several medical and testing laboratories. Here is a list of the upcoming trainings for April. Be sure to sign up for the upcoming trainings. As we end this month's program, let's take a look at some activities hosted to celebrate employees. Firstly, on March 7th, the GNBS joined other agencies under the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce to celebrate Pagwa, the Festival of Colors. Staff were treated to songs, dances, and seven curry and allowed to play Holi with colleagues. In addition, to celebrate International Women's Day under the theme Give to Gain, the Bureau also joined the Ministry and our sister agencies to host a special program for women in the Ministry. The event brought together females to reflect on the power of mentorship, collaboration, and uplifting each other, recognizing that when women give their support, knowledge, and encouragement, everyone gains. Some staff members also participated in the International Women's Day Walk on March 8th. The GNBS also participated in the Ministry of Human Services We Lift Expo, Guyana's largest women-led and owned business expo at the Artichon Conference Center. The women entrepreneurs were briefed on the various services they can utilize, which are offered by the GNBS to take their business to the next level. And finally, in March, the GNBS hosted a big sale from which $89,000 was raised and donated to the Mahaika Children's Home. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the GNBS Highlights. Stay connected with us through our website and social media platforms to learn more about GNBS services, including calibration, testing, and training. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next month.